good idea, I wonder. Jamie's a bit precious about this rug. To be fair, it's a beautiful rug.
I'm sure it's... Maybe set the tray on the floor and then set the thing. And
there we go. I could feel your anxiety. Like,
I found this hat and it said status anxiety, and I was like, yes.
I should already own this.
Correct. Shoot, we're using a lot of good material.
Are we?
Recording.
Oh, it's recording.
And the video?
And the video. Look at us. That's so funny.
Gold.
Rock me, Amadeus. Do you know that? You don't know that song? Oh, Amadeus, Amadeus. I find myself,
no, I do know that.
I was going to say, I find myself singing on this podcast more than I thought. That I didn't know we were starting a musical. I don't know, but I feel the last 3 or 4 episodes. Mm-hmm. Oh, last time it was, you put your left arm in, you put your right.
That's a good one. Classic.
And the other one, let's talk about sex, baby. Yeah, I went from one to the other. It's fine. Also, in the last episode, there was so much we were very emphatic with our paper rustling.
We're so excited.
We would make a point and we'd be like, and I'd be.
Should we not do that?
I mean, it was kind of funny. I was editing the audio and I'd be like, whoa, we were excited. If you were the size of your cats and you had to fight one of them, who would you want to fight and who would you not want to fight?
Avi's from the streets. I'd be scared of her. No, Avi's not from. She was born in captivity. Oh, I thought she was. No, Momo's from the street. Oh, Momo's from the street. Nyx has really sharp teeth.
Does she still have her baby teeth?
Yeah, they're like needles. And whenever she bites me, I almost cry. Aww. So Momo's missing some teeth, but she's also street tough.
I didn't know Momo was missing teeth.
And yeah, she's missing one fang and 6 other teeth on one side.
Momo. Aww.
But Avi's missing an eye, so they all have their vulnerabilities.
Yeah. Who are you fighting out of your cats?
Maybe Nyx.
Yeah. She's baby still.
She's also slow. She's not as fast as the other
two.
I
thought you meant...
No, she's fast. Or she's slow speed-wise.
Right.
She kind of has weird front legs. They're bow-legged almost. And so she's kind of
I have actually noticed that about Nyx.
So she's kind of weird when she runs.
I wish our audio listeners could have seen what Jamie just did. It was a bit of a Humpty Dumpty wobble back and forth.
She's so cute.
Yeah, I think
yeah, she has bowed legs for sure. Her front legs. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad we clarified that. That was super important to know if you were the size of your cat.
No, kitties.
Stop it.
Avi. Momo. Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jessica.
And welcome to A Court of Books and Babes,
a podcast where 2 best friends review, react to, and rate our, and soon to be your, favorite fantasy books.
We're on A Court of Mr. Fury.
We can barely contain our excitement. We talked about this a little bit, but I'm just going to say it again. I'm so proud of us.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it.
A whole book.
We did do not a little piddly little thing. I mean, it's not the biggest of the SJM books.
It's actually the smallest.
It is. Well, the novella, but I mean, I'd say it's not always about size.
Debatable.
Wingspan, perhaps. Speaking of Mist and Fury, so my sister-in-law, who we talked about last time, has finished book 1 and she is now on Mist and Fury. And I have been hounding her to keep me updated. I'm like, where are you? What's happening? And she's like, oh, the Night Court is so beautiful. I'm like, oh yeah, it's okay. I'm salivating, literally, right? And then I'm trying so hard not to give anything away because I'm like, oh, if I text her and I'm like, are you at the part when the wedding has happened? She's like, what happened to the wedding? And so I'm just like, oh, just keep me updated. And then I'm like a quivering heap of excitement and anxiety every time.
What was her latest update then?
So the wedding has happened and they are now, she's been, it's the part where Farah was locked in the house and then Moore comes to get her and brings her back. Yeah, I also love that part.
That's in the next episode, though.
So, yeah, I'm very, very excited. And you've recruited 2 more cult members?
Yes. Well, Amanda,
yeah,
we talked about last time also.
She's just being featured left, right? Yes, like a little piglet.
Yes. So she started reading book 1.
Ooh.
And I was like, so what do you think about Tamlin so far? And she's like, I don't know. He's like pretty good looking. And like, he seems like, you know, she's like not into him, but she's like, he's mysterious. And I'm like,
Yes, he is. Very true.
And then a girl actually at work, I told her about the podcast because I saw her carrying Zodiac Academy, and she's on book 8 of 12.
I know. I don't know if I can do it.
And she is struggling to get through. She's pulling a Tamlin, though, and she's doubling down.
Right.
And like, I'm come this far. I must finish.
Yes.
And I was like, that's like 4 more books.
Honestly. And I feel like I've heard such mixed reviews of Zodiac Academy. Some people are like, I love it. And I feel like the world is maybe really big because it's, 12 books.
She said the world is big.
Yes.
She said there's also a ton of characters.
Right. So I think in that way it could be interesting and keep your attention. But I've also heard people are just like, oh, like
it goes on forever.
Yeah. I don't.
12 books is a commitment.
How many is Throne of Glass? 8? Yeah. And that was a lot. I could have done without Tower of Dawn.
Right. The one about Cole, of course.
And Assassin's Blade, to be honest. I agree. I know. Agree to disagree. Yeah, absolutely.
And then what are you reading?
So I have like 70 more pages left of A Soul of Blood and Ash, which is we're just ignoring the cats, which is book 5 in the Blood and Ash series and the last book published to date. The book 6 is coming out.
Well, so funny thing, I was trying to find the paperback of that series for book 6, and it is not out, but then I could find the hardcover.
Oh, so 6 is out.
So 6 is out.
Oh.
But I refuse to have a mismatch set, so I'm waiting for the paperback.
Absolutely not. Yeah, the library has to like look fantastic.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I bought the other ones used, but like I want the paperback.
You have a rare edition of book 1, hey? Where there's a misprint.
Ooh.
You didn't know that?
You heard it here first.
Yes. No, you do. Because when I was reading it, I was like, you get to, I don't know, whatever page, and then you read the next one, and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. And it's
clearly I did not track that.
There's like 10 pages that are a reprint from earlier in the book. So you have to like skip 10 pages and then the story picks up again. And it says on the front of it, it's like this special edition. Like how in Harry Potter.
Special edition mess up?
Yes, that's a thing. In Harry Potter, there's like a couple famous ones. And if you have the one with the mess up, it has bigger value because it's... Do you? Which one? Is it?
Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
One wand written twice on this list for Diagon Alley.
Stop.
Also,
I love Harry Potter.
You realize that it's diagonally and nocturnally. Diagon Alley.
Until now.
Nocturne Alley.
Until this very moment.
They say it in
Chamber
when they're doing the poof.
Diagonally.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was their accent.
Right? It took me so long.
Well,
now you know.
Here we are. This is my version of you struggling through the riddle. You're just like, huh? What?
That is my
so Loathe. I love Loathe. So I'm doing that, and then actually, and I haven't told you this yet.
You finished 1984.
No. Allie, have you made progress there?
No, worst book ever.
We
are not talking about that book anymore. Unless the cars come. I have been listening on audiobook. At first I was like, to just like fall asleep because I've seen it all over my socials. And then I was like, I am not falling asleep to this. What is it? Feathers So Vicious. It's on my list. Tell me nothing.
I will.
It's very disturbing, I've heard. I like this book crushes people.
So... Yeah, I'm curious about that because I'm about halfway through. There's 2 books, I believe. I'm halfway through book 1. And it's trigger warnings galore, very heavy on the spice. Story so far feels light, and I'm not super bought in. And I'm like, is it But I like a dark story. Like, again, I love Edgar Allan Poe. Like, I love horror, but I didn't love anathema. And people do adore, like, they're like, oh, this book will ruin you and like you'll cry. And I just am not, I don't know. We'll see. I'm halfway through.
My sister-in-law.
She read it too?
Yes, she's read both.
Okay. And did she love it or no?
I think she liked it.
Okay. Yeah. It's, yeah, I double check when I'm listening to it that no one is accidentally connecting to my AirPods via Bluetooth, because I'm like, my Lord, what did I just hear? Like, yeah. Anyway, so that was, that's a new one. What are you reading?
So I finished Night Prince.
Mm.
I don't know if I said that last time. I think I was almost done.
I think you were almost, yeah.
But I am done and I am obsessed.
It's next on my TBR.
It could be in my top 3 series that I've read.
That's amazing. And it's also not a book I see all over social.
No, which I loved because there was no spoilers.
Oh,
like I didn't have
God.
to watch out. And it,
Yeah.
And everyone I've recommended it to so far is like, this is the best book I've ever read.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
like, listen, the story is maybe predictable, but it's written well.
Right.
The characters are awesome.
Yeah.
And the world building is very cool because it's kind of like the Scottish Highlands, I guess you would say. Like old-timey, kind of a la Outlander.
I was kind of thinking Outlander.
Which I love.
Right.
Have you read Outlander?
Yes.
Oh.
Have you read all of it? Aren't they still going?
No.
Yeah.
I've read like 3 and then kind of lost interest.
The show?
I did, but now I feel like Jamie is getting like old and I'm like,
Not as hot.
No.
Did you watch the show?
I watched maybe 2 seasons.
Yeah,
Right.
I think I'm on season 3.
I think the girl who plays their daughter is the worst actress I've seen in a long fucking time. Like, she's
Oh.
so bad.
I don't
And
think
she
I've
makes it
even
unwatchable for me. Like,
really.
I've watched Outlander up until when she comes in so many times.
What season is that in?
Season 3 or 4.
Okay,
then
because
I'm
yeah,
not
I
there
haven't.
yet.
I'm like, I don't know who this is.
So annoying. She's such a bad actress.
See, and in the books,
Ooh.
I don't think they had a kid when I read it either. I mean, that's kind of like,
Also so hot.
yeah, he is.
Oh, Justin hates him.
No, I don't. Andrew frequently gets compared to that actor, so that's Allie's.
like,
My husband,
no.
Allie's brother-in-law. Allie's making a suspicious and
You also
disgusted
one time
face.
said that Andrew looks like James Bond, which I would say is also not correct.
Andrew does look like James Bond, and I will
Thank
brook
you.
no arguments.
Thank you.
My husband is the handsomest man to walk the face of the earth. From the day I met him, today as I was leaving to record,
James
Andrew?
Bond?
Yeah.
yes.
What version?
Was it at the wedding when I got married? When was it?
What
We
version
were at
of James
Dad's.
Bond?
I'd like to know.
Stop. He is your brother-in-law. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
know
saying he's
it's
not
like James
handsome,
Bond.
but James Bond, which version?
I don't know. I was probably, when I get drunk, I really hype Andrew up. So I was probably a little tipsy. I mean,
I'm like,
I'm not backing down from the statement. I also can't speak to a specific iteration of the Bond franchise where I could see that likeness, but I'm not backing down. I am here. I am committed. I am Tamlining.
double down.
Yes, absolutely.
I like it.
Okay, so Night Prince, and then because
Eldrick.
we're gonna see each other in 2 weeks.
Eldrick is what I'm reading. And I must preview with a quote.
Please do.
It is really good. So I was a bit nervous because there's like a warning and it's like, if you're wanting spice, like this is pretty story heavy as far as giving backstory on Zavander.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I love Zavander,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm really liking it.
Okay.
It's good and it's moving pretty fast, even though they're jumping between past and present, which I like. And then I also find it interesting, and this doesn't really give anything away, is that so obviously in the first book you learn about like his trauma and like what
Yes.
happened to him and how horrible it is. So in the second book, when it goes into like his past, it doesn't like, it gives kind of a nod to what's happening, but he goes into this like dream state, and I think it's called like Caligoria.
Oh, isn't that talked about at the end of book 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And so it talks about something different while this like sexual and physical abuse is happening.
Right.
So I kind of appreciate that, I guess, because like I don't necessarily love or like reading about that. I find it like a bit like
off-putting,
grotesque, and like I know it happens to people and it's very sad, but I like the way that she like
handled it.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
So I thought it was really good.
I will read it, even though I didn't love Anathema. I will read it. Because I don't quit. I'm excited.
Okay. So because she's like, there's no spice, and I was like, madam, stop. So she says, after pausing for only a moment, kissing the spot right behind my ear, he wrenched my trousers down to my thighs, his gaze as reverent as a devout man falling to his knees before an altar.
Oh, Jamie's favorite.
His knees. Oh,
men on their
religion.
Knees.
Like
worship. There is a very interesting tie. So Anathema, I didn't know this. I can't remember. Oh, we were talking about who are we going to be for like our fantasy book party. And I was like, maybe I'll do Mavis. And then I was like looking at pictures of her and I was like, Anathema FMC. So I couldn't remember her name. And then as it popped up, Anathema it's a word. Did you know that?
Oh, I thought it was like an old name.
So it's a word. A loose understanding is it comes from the Catholic Church and it means something that's like cursed.
Well, I mean, if you read like the Red God and like all that, and like the priest or father of the church, and like it is a commentary on religion.
Yes, sure. Very interesting, like religious, which I love actually, like religious commentary,
I do too. Which is partially The Night and the Moth. Also, is like very heavy with like religious context.
Okay, so there's a guy on TikTok who like he reviews books, and he's had a bunch of people be like, do some romantasy books. He is, I would say, he leans heavy into, let's call it like classical, traditional literature standards. So he has not been enjoying himself. He hates Quicksilver. He finds, he hates ACOTAR. But he said, if you want to read a good romantasy, he loved The Night and the Moth.
See, and I was like,
I know you were not super into it.
I'm the curious. Gargoyle. Have you not read it?
No, I know.
Oh my god.
No, it's not. Well, no. Next for me is the Night. What is it called? The Wolf King.
Wolf King, then the Night Prince.
Wolf King.
You must.
That'll be next, and then I think I have to do Eldritch. Eldritch.
I think it's Eldritch.
Eldritch.
That's what I've been saying.
I mean, we're so reliable in this area.
Yes, exactly.
And then I do want to do The Night and the Moth because his review was very interesting. And like, look, I'm having a good time. We don't need to have everything that we do be like for the sake of like learning and personal development. Like we can just do things because we enjoy them, right?
Because it's fun.
Because it's fun. Absolutely. And so I've been very much enjoying all of these books, but I also am an English minor and I love a serious read as well. And so I'm interested to see what that side of my brain will think of The Night and the Moth, just given his review. I've also heard one, The Orange Tree or something like that is.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little digging, but it might be one we add to our list. Yeah.
There's one more quote. And actually, speaking of fruits, like when they say this book is not spicy, I'm like, stop. It for sure is. So he said, he groaned and sucked at my flesh with the gratitude of a famished man splitting the soft and swollen seam of a ripe peach.
I mean, I would call that spice.
Like this book, I was like, I love her. Like, I like Carrie Lake. And she has a lot of different books out. So I might have to dive deeper into like her world.
Like her anthology.
Yeah. Because there's still a third book of this coming out. But yeah,
and
I like this a lot.
It was very different from.
But I loved Anathema too.
You did, yes, yeah. I'm into it. Has Mavis come into the?
Oh yeah,
picture. Okay.
So if you don't like books that jump back and forth between POVs and time settings, this will be a struggle,
right?
Because it does both. Like it's past, present, different character perspectives. I don't think it makes it hard to follow.
Right.
But I did have to go back to the first book and be like, who are these characters? Because it's been like
a while
months since I've read it. So yeah.
I find that like I don't find it hard to follow, but I find it maybe I lose momentum sometimes in stories like that.
I feel like the chapters are like, I don't know, they don't drag on and on. So it's like, you're not like, oh my God, when are we going to be done with these two and get back to the other two? Like it moves at a good pace.
Okay. I'm excited.
Love.
Our TBR just continues to grow.
Yes, exactly.
Like, when will it ever? Every time I'm like, I'm making progress. And then we add 3 more and I'm like, nope, never mind.
I'm reading Alchemized after this.
Which one is Alchemized?
I don't know, but it's like 4.6 on Goodreads and it's by, I don't know what her name is. I want to say her last name's Liu, but that could be wrong. Anyways, I'm reading it. It's 1 book.
Oh,
one and done.
A standalone.
Yes.
How refreshing.
Like, okay, I will be reading this next. And then potentially Ascended. There's 3. 1 is out. And I'm not in a rush because the next one's not till 2027.
Right.
I'm
so you can bide your time.
Okay.
And you should add Feathers So Vicious.
Oh, yes.
I will be very interested to hear what your take. It just is like my eyebrows were living in my hairline I truly was like, oh, I'm going to fall asleep. And then 30 seconds in, I was like, well, I'm not sleeping. I'm awake. Like, yeah.
Oh, and Brimstone.
Have you started?
I might have to fit Brimstone. No, it releases tomorrow. I may have to fit Brimstone in actually after Eldrick before I read Alchemized.
Okay. It is time to talk lore, lust, and loose morals as we unpack adventures, escape to new worlds, and, of course, swoon over our best book boyfriends.
Before we get started, babes, a quick PSA. Today's episode kicks off our coverage of A Court of Mist and Fury, chapters 1 through 6. But fair warning, we'll be spoiling everything and holding nothing back. That means all of ACOTAR, Crescent City, and Throne of Glass are officially on the table.
This podcast has all of our favorite R words: romance, racy, risque, and of course, wait for it, RHYSAND. As such, it is rated R. That purr was specially requested from Jamie. It's literally in my notes. Listen accordingly.
We'll kick off every episode with Babes Between the Lines,
where we read, where we read what's written, obsess over what isn't. All right. I can just go from mine. No? Yeah?
We'll kick off every episode with Babes Between the Lines,
where we read what's written, obsess over what isn't,
and dig past the dialogue so you don't miss the magic, motives, or mistakes.
Chapter 1. The beginning of this story starts before the beginning of this story with a dream described by Feyre. She is once again under the mountain, dagger in hand, and 3 hooded fairies in front of her, Amarantha hovering nearby. Quote, murderer, butcher, monster, liar, deceiver. I didn't know who I meant. The lines between me and the queen had long since blurred. She stabs the first 2 fairies under Amarantha's gaze, and as the 3rd hood is yanked off, she sees not Tamlin, but herself kneeling on the floor. Her hand does not tremble as she plunges the dagger into her own chest.
I might miss Amarantha. I'm kind of happy about this. Show up at the beginning.
I know. I'm like, yeah.
Super villain extraordinaire.
I adore her. Yeah.
Okay.
Chapter 1 officially starts with Feyre puking her guts out into the toilet. Pause. I have heard from more than one person that this scene kind of broke the 4th wall for them. This story takes place in a fantastical world with magic and fairies and fae, and also conventional indoor plumbing. It wasn't something that I tripped up on.
No, me neither.
Have you heard this, that people, this like Feyre throwing up into a toilet, that this is like jarring for them?
I haven't heard that, but like I feel like even Throne of Glass has plumbing.
Oh yeah,
like
because it's obsessed with baths.
Yes.
But like specifically, I think a toilet is like.
Know, but like, how charming is an outhouse?
Yeah.
Like, gross. What is she supposed to do? Into a chamber pot?
Like, I don't know.
What's the like time frame? Like, when does this whole what year is this?
I know, but it's
another universe.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, people are confused because
it's old timey because they ride horses and like
wear
no...
dresses. Yeah. They can have plumbing.
They're magic. They can have whatever they want.
We are pro plumbing. It was an interesting, I didn't tweak on it, but specifically my neighbor, when she was reading it, she like texted me and she was like, there's toilets? And I was like,
do you want them going in and out?
Yeah, I was like, what? This is the thing that like broke the wall for you? But it's, yeah. And since then, I've heard multiple people.
Not for me.
As Feyre tries to settle her rolling stomach, we learn that it has now been 3 months since she defeated Amarantha under the mountain. And in that time, she has been tortured with continual nightmares about her time there. Back at the Springcourt Manor and now done yarfing, she stares out the window at the night sky. Here we go. And reminds herself over and over that this right here is real. I think that this book and book 5 share a common theme or themes, which are trauma, PTSD, and what moving through those looks like. I know that book 2 and book 5 are generally considered favorites by the fandom. And while, yes, the tension in these books between the FMCs and the MMCs definitely have a lot to do with that.
Hold tight.
I would also say that the development in Feyre and Nesta through their trauma seems to also be something that SJM's audience really resonates with.
Yeah.
Nesta and Feyre don't get to skip past the messy, hard, and occasionally horrifying fallout that comes with being a hero. The only way out is through, and I love that our heroines' journeys don't end with slaying the monsters they face on the battlefield, but rather confronting the ones that live inside.
And they have to like save themselves, which is why I partially think women love this book. It's like they're their own hero and their own savior. And, you know, these guys are just like along for the ride and for some nice spice.
Yeah, I've heard it talked about a lot that people love the MMCs, particularly in this series, how they come and they stand next to their female counterparts and not in front of them. Right? If anything, the women or females in this series are the ones jumping in front, which is refreshing.
Yep. Aligned.
The council agrees. Feyre describes how her adjustment to her new high fae body has been less than effortless. She describes herself like Bambi on ice, and this is perhaps where I relate to Feyre the most throughout this series. She has broken vases, windows, and doors, and her shins are a watercolor of bruises. The number of pictures in my phone's like camera reel of like just very strange but like alarming bruises that I find on my body, and I'm like, the fuck did I do? Like,
how did I get there?
Yes, seriously. We also learn that Rhys has not come to claim Feyre to fulfill their bargain. As she thinks about RHYSAND, she remembers what he told her, quote, "Be grateful for your human heart, Feyre. Pity those who don't feel anything at all." Okay, I know we talked ad nauseum about Tamlin and the Heart of Stone, and the general consensus that we came to is that Amarantha turned his heart into stone as part of her scheming once she laid out her rules for breaking the curse. That was what we agreed on, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Double check, but yeah.
Yeah, like
now I agree.
Well, we're like, that sounds right. I can buy into that. that he wasn't born with a heart of stone.
No.
And that not all fairies have a heart of stone, but that instead, okay, yeah. Reading this line again, I had to pause and wonder if Tamlin's now stone heart has played a role in his poor behavior that we're going to see throughout this and the next few books. Like, do you think that part of why he's like a bit of a disaster is because his heart has literally been turned to stone?
Is his brain also stone? Because I have questions.
No, but I was like, I never thought about that. Like, oh, heart turned to stone. And then we're all just like, okay, he's fine, right? But is he fine?
I don't know. Do we care?
I care.
Yeah,
I am here for a redemption arc.
Yeah.
It was just, I'd never
I'm
thought
not.
about that before, that like, could this have changed him?
Yeah. I mean, sure.
I also haven't seen any theories about it.
No, that's true.
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks.
No, yeah. I mean, if you want him to have a redemption arc, how can he end up with Elaine if she's having a villain arc?
I'm not fussed if they end up together. I'm really
He'll
bought
be
into
redeemed.
Right.
Elaine plays the villain.
Right. I mean, I would love that. Like Tamlin gets to be the good guy and Elaine is the villain. Hell yes.
I don't like Tamlin as the good guy. He's not good at it.
Sure. But people can change. Unconvinced.
How old is he?
Right. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Can he change?
Yeah. Speaking of Tamlin, we learned that not once has he woken up throughout Feyre's nightly puke sessions. Not once has he tried to comfort her or even brought it up. Feyre notes...
Case and point.
She's like, I rest my case. Feyre notes that she's aware that he himself is also suffering under similar nightmares, but that when she tried to talk to him about it, he rebuffed her, instead taking his beast form and laying watchful at the foot of the bed. Feyre says something interesting here, that in not speaking about what they've done, what they've sacrificed to save themselves and all of Prythian, they aren't letting Amarantha win. My inner therapist is touching here. This is trauma 101. If you want to get past something, you have to first face it. Mm-hmm. But she literally is like, we're not going to let Amarantha win. We won't even acknowledge it. And I'm like, like therapists everywhere, like, no. Chapter 2. This chapter sees a little more of our "you're not the boss of me" Feyre. Girl, we missed you. Feyre wants to go with Tamlin to help out a nearby village in the rebuilding process, but Tamlin refuses, saying he doesn't have the sentries to spare to escort her. As she and Tamlin bicker, we learn that our girl is engaged with a gorgeous emerald engagement ring. Blech. But instead of sounding like an excited bride-to-be, Feyre is... cue Jamie's bleh noise. The wedding is 2 weeks away, and she describes the planning the same way teenage Jessica described math homework, a tedious, painful, but necessary evil. Tamlin tells her that they are still trying to round up Amarantha's monsters. When Feyre continues to insist, he tells her that fairies and high fae see her as their savior, a symbol of their hard-earned freedom, and that if anything happened to her, it wouldn't just be a horrible loss for Tamlin, but a loss for all of Prythian. I think about this kind of thing a lot with celebrities or even like the royals and how they can come to mean so much more to people than people. They're not just artists or musicians or someone who happens to be born into a particular family. They're trying to live as just a person, but they've also become iconography. Like I think about when I was 19, I interned with a nonprofit. I don't even know if I want to say it on here. I interned with a nonprofit down in the States. Had an amazing experience. It was an incredible charity. 2 years after I came back from my internship, I don't know if he was CEO or president, but very high up in the organization and kind of the face of the nonprofit at the time had a very public, very, very public breakdown. He had bipolar disorder, has bipolar disorder. And it was really, really sad. And the ramifications of that, I got to see how people looked at him and his behavior and then made connections to the charity and the work that literally hundreds of people have worked at this organization. And we're kind of saying like, oh, it's, not doing what it should be, when like I worked there firsthand. It definitely was. And I met some of the beneficiaries of the programs. But it was interesting because in that moment, that was not like, Jamie and I are everyday people. We are not celebrities. Not yet. Get on it, Book Talk. But to literally know someone firsthand who became, for a moment, one of the most famous people in the world, and to see them kind of be dehumanized in that way and become a symbol for good and for worse, it was really interesting. And I think about it a lot, and how our actions have an impact at our level and their actions have an impact at their level. And that circle of influence as it grows and grows. Yeah, anyway, it's just interesting.
Poor Feyre.
I'm
just trying to live my life.
Right.
I puke my guts out.
I'm so sick all the time.
Tamlin's like, you're a symbol. You must rise above.
Yes, yeah.
You rise above.
Tamlin tells her to go and help out around the house or paint. begging her to let this go. Feyre finally concedes and makes her way back to the house. Where is our "you're not the boss of me" girl?
She's like beaten down by
she
him.
totally is. And it's such a sign of her trauma. This is where we learn about Feyre's updated wardrobe. And that Tamlin has bought her a plethora of frilly, flouncy, brightly colored gowns. Again, she knows that if she were to wear pants and a tunic and to arm herself with daggers and her bow and just go about her business, that it would send an unwanted message to the rest of the continent. Both Feyre and Tamlin are increasingly aware of just what Feyre has come to represent for Prythian. Feyre doesn't love these gowns, to say the least.
I was going to say understatement.
Yes, but because of this and because Tamlin loves them, she wears them.
This is interesting because I feel like Tamlin doesn't change at all.
Yes.
And Feyre has to like mold herself into like a completely different being after this when she's the one that did all the work. So in my mind, I'm a bit like, listen, fucker.
Right.
You wear the dress. Like, I love a frilly dress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
And like florals and all of that.
Absolutely.
But I also like wearing sweats. And if I want to wear sweats and someone tells me to wear a dress,
no.
Yes. Like, you're not the boss of me. Right? I feel like he's just such a dick.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know. It's an interesting... I also I don't think, clock on the first read that he was the one who bought her all these dresses. I thought it was just Ianthe. But Ianthe picks from the wardrobe what she'll wear, which we'll talk about later.
I don't like it.
Feyre passes the studio where she used to paint, describing how she hasn't been able to paint since Under the Mountain. She stopped noticing color, light, texture, and again, my alarm bells are ringing as if they weren't before, that this sounds like depression. Side note, if we have any listeners who are going through something that feels similar to this, where the things that once brought you joy and happiness no longer do so, and you find yourself struggling to connect with any type of positive feeling, please know that this is your body and your mind and your soul's way of telling you, hey, we need some help. And it is always okay to reach out and get that help. Believe me, there are so many people that are happy you're here, so let's keep it that way. Feyre hears a voice in the manor, Ianthe, a high priestess, high fae noble, and childhood friend of Tamlin's. Also, per the audiobook, it is said Ianthe. Allie, how did you say it? Ianthe? Ian. When I was listening to the audiobook and it said Ianthe, I was like, we for once got it. We nailed it.
Yeah.
Ianthe. I also actually don't hate the name. It's a weird name, but the more that I like read it, I was like, oh, yeah, it's not as cute as Clithia. Here we are. The joke continues. What a fucking tongue twister. This girl is the epitome of the power behind the throne. She has taken up the role as Feyre's best friend, helping plan the wedding, guiding her through the intricacies of high fae, noble, and social circles and politics, and even, as noted before, hand-picking her wardrobe.
So, Ianthe kind of reminds me of Cersei until Cersei becomes queen. Like, she manipulates, like, Joffrey, she manipulates... Robert.
Right. Yeah, power behind the throne until she takes the throne.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Ianthe does that, but
yeah.
Thank God.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? It's interesting because Feyre describes Ianthe as a sort of reprieve from the anxiety that she feels when confronted with daily life in the Spring Court. And it makes me think about how sometimes when we're dealing with trauma, we can turn to crutches that might seem initially helpful, but in the long run do us a disservice.
Again, like Sansa and Cersei.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sansa relies on her and she's like, oh, little dove. La,
right.
la, la, la,
yes.
la,
And then
like,
in the
comforts
end.
her and then wee, wee, wee.
Yes.
She's
I forgot
awful.
she calls her little dove.
Mm-hmm. I love that show.
Turns into a fucking pterodactyl.
I know, she's crazy.
As Feyre follows Ianthe's voice, she finds her working on a seating chart for the wedding. She's described Ianthe as being very beautiful and wearing a priestess's robe and hood and a circlet around her forehead. She's also described as wearing silver bracelets. Now, where do we feel that we've heard this type of jewelry before?
Oh, the children of the
Indeed. It makes me wonder, do we think that these priests and priestesses are who the children of the blessed are having interactions with?
Yeah, they're recruiting them for sure.
For what?
To eat.
But the high fae don't eat people. Like they're not.
Well, not the regulars. Maybe Ianthe does.
Isn't it? I just read in book 3 where they're out with the twins.
Right.
The twins are high fae.
Yeah, and
Yes.
they eat them.
Did they eat them?
Yes.
Okay, but okay. They're an outlier, are they not? Like I feel like that's the only time in the series I heard about high fae eating humans. Slavery, sure, but like,
What about the Night Court?
you mean the Court of Nightmares?
Yes. Sorry. Surely there's things that eat.
Sure, but it's not mentioned on the page.
And like I guess.
I feel like we can infer, but I don't know. Maybe to just like get. I don't know.
I feel like there will be more with the children of the blessed and the priests and the priestesses. That's what I mean is it's been like, otherwise why include it? Like the children of the blessed have played such a minimal role. They had like one mention in book 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything in book 2. But then she brings them back in book 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why is she doing this? There's got to be a reason. So that's why I'm pausing because I'm like, SJM, I'm clocking you. Like something's coming.
Maybe they like rally around the queen, the human queen.
Maybe. I don't know. Ianthe is puzzling over the seating chart, worrying that if the wrong person sits next to the wrong person, there could be bloodshed. Look, I've also planned a wedding. Like, she's not wrong.
Relatable.
And Feyre thinks about how the Fae are so much more violent than the humans and how odd it is that she is now one of them, capable of fighting alongside them, even fighting against them. This brings up an interesting memory for Feyre where she describes asking Tamlin one night at dinner if she should learn to fight now that she's high Fae, and that Ianthe had retorted with, quote, "Why should the bride of the High Lord learn to fight if peace had returned?"
Why indeed, Ianthe? She'd like that, wouldn't she?
Feyre makes an interesting observation that Nesta would likely fit right in with vicious high fae. Let's put another dash in the column for future proof that Nesta is different even before she is made. I'm doing air quotes. And speaking of air quote made, we learn that people in Prythian don't really know what to call Feyre right now. Mostly, they seem to call her lady, but she isn't a high lady. She's not Tamlin's mate, which is on the page. The mating bond has not snapped into place. Don't worry, sweet Feyre. You're going to get some pretty kick-ass names in the coming pages. Ianthe asks Feyre what color flowers she would like for the wedding, and Feyre tells her anything but red. Have we talked about red being a symbol? Yes.
More. The first book.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Allie, how are you feeling about more so far? Book 3.
I like her. I do feel like we don't get like lots of her, but I did have what was my revelation the other day? Oh, I feel like she must play a part in the whole fairies can tell when you're lying because she's more of truth. Whatever. And I'm
Morgan,
like,
truth bringer, or whatever.
I'm like, this must be. I feel like she's where this rumor has started that fairies can tell.
Which is not true.
It's not true, but I'm like, maybe
the rumor is that fairies can't lie.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that fairy? They can't lie to you.
Like, I feel like she must have something to do with that. But then I'm like, they haven't really.
Because she's been around for forever.
Yes.
She was.
Yeah, they haven't talked about her like powers. So then I'm like.
Oh, and again, I don't want to talk too much, but. Yeah, Moore is an interesting character, and we were definitely going to get more of Moore in the coming books. But
I like her all the way up till the end of the book, like the end of the series. But there is something, only because.
But then I saw that SJM said that there's a big betrayal coming in the new book. So I'm like, yeah, I saw it on TikTok, so unofficial. But just like,
yeah, this like. Red, and lots of people have tweeted on this. Red is a color that SJM uses, and we've probably talked about this before, to like signal like bad, not good. It's like it's Moore's signature color, and I'm like, and there, I won't give away too much, but as you continue to read, you will get more of. This is annoying. More of Moore's backstory, but not all of it.
Well, and I know of everything that happens with her and Eris. It's Eris, right? I'm like, that's
But we
very
don't even know the
interesting.
full story.
I was gonna
No,
say,
but
we
they
don't
go
even-
into it really. Like, they
Book
kind of
5,
are
you
like,
get a little
he was
more.
awful, and then like the whole thing with his brothers and whatever.
Mm.
But he's like, you don't know the whole story.
No, he does.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
I feel like I
and
might.
he's still like obsessed with her too.
Mm.
Oh, where I'm at in the book, at least.
I think she's so gorgeous that like it is hard for that.
Everyone's obsessed.
Like everybody's a bit obsessed with her. Yeah, the Morrigan. She's a
Question mark.
question mark.
Continue.
Ianthe also acknowledges that Feyre doesn't like the wedding dress that she is to wear, and Feyre has a small internal conniption. She doesn't liking the wedding dress, I would say, is like 3% of how the amount of hatred Feyre feels towards this wedding dress. And having seen the fan art of
I was
this,
gonna say it's the ugliest
dress.
fucking dress you've ever seen.
oh, it's like pure. And look, I have seen some 80s wedding gowns that were fun and pretty. It is not that. It is, think the worst 80s wedding dress with like giant, like looks like plasticky, puffy sleeves, like, and
I
frills.
get into the description of the dress.
Oh, okay, I won't go
Yeah.
too far. Yeah, I cannot blame her. Ianthe mentions casually that this wedding is important for Feyre and Tamlin, important for all of Prythian, and important for her. As she'll be overseeing the wedding and officiating it, she, Tamlin, and Feyre are making a formidable trio. She loops in Lucian almost as an afterthought. Fucking poor Lucian. then makes an offhand remark that he doesn't seem to want to have anything to do with her.
Shocker.
Feyre thinks on how Ianthe has flirted boldly with Lucian, and he seems completely uninterested. This is foreshadowing for sure, and it feels gross on a reread. Also, female sexual predation seems to be an SJM theme, which it just is an interesting take, like for the genre.
Ianthe.
In Throne of Glass, what's her name? Maeve, is it?
Oh yeah, Maeve.
Right? Like these, these female villains.
And Anathema also.
The
lieutenant
yes.
who abuses Evander
It's
is a female.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's not something that I have seen like in the zeitgeist, I would say, up until maybe the last few years. Yeah. Later that night, Feyre is in bed when Tamlin finally returns. We learn that Tamlin has insisted she keep her own bedroom apart from his, despite the fact that they both sleep in it. I'm going to give Tamlin a point here and say that this feels like a thoughtful act. I think he's aware that Feyre is really struggling mentally and emotionally post Under the Mountain. Jamie is making a face like she smells a poop. And this is his way of trying to give her some of that space and freedom that he thinks she needs.
I disagree.
You
think
don't
he's
like the whole
selfish.
that they're having 2 bedrooms. That he's like,
I think she wants like comfort and like love, and he's like, no, you puke every night. That'll wake me up. Gross.
but they sleep together. So like they've maintained their own bedrooms, but they both sleep in her room. But he has said like, I want you to still have your own space. So they do still sleep together every night.
But isn't he like a beastie at night?
Sometimes, yeah, he'll go and turn into beast mode,
all
and
the
then he
time.
sleeps at the foot of the bed when he gets freaked out and has a nightmare. I thought it was like a nice. It's misplaced because I don't think what she's asking for is space. I think she's asking for, as we've talked about, choice and empowerment and autonomy. I don't think she's asking for space, but I think that's what he thinks she wants.
Yeah, okay.
Almost immediately, Feyre and Tamlin are tearing each other's clothes off. What a pacing shift from book 1, where we had to wait like hundreds of pages for a kiss.
Yeah.
We're like 10 pages in, and he's like, SJM's like, and then he fills her. And I was like, oh, all right, here we go. As they make love, it waffles between vicious and feral and tender and gentle. And Feyre thinks that this is what she needs. And when he buries himself in her, she suddenly, finally feels like, quote, no one, nothing. What a telling description of what sex has become for them. It's what she is seeking is
Escapism.
yeah, not a connection, but escape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now in post-coital bliss, Tamlin apologizes for their earlier spat, and Feyre says, it's fine.
Fine. Fine.
Every woman is like, Feyre presses the issue she'd pondered earlier. What will everyone call her? Tamlin's wife? Will she have a title? And this is where we learned that there is, according to Tamlin, no such thing as a high lady, only wives and consorts. Feyre will simply be lady of the spring court. We'll fucking see about that, Tamlin. Chapter 3. The next day, Lucien asks if Feyre would like to come with him to go check on the nearby village and offer their help. Feyre immediately takes him up on the offer, desperate to help and desperate to get out of the house. There are few rooms within the manor that she can tolerate. In some, the ceilings are too low, too like the dropping, spiked ceiling in her second trial. In some, the windows too small, too dark, too like the cell where she was kept, starving and dirty and terrified. As they begin their journey to the village, Feyre and Lucien start to bicker. Shocker. Also, like, yay. It just felt so nice to be back in that, like...
Besties.
Yes! That, like, almost like brother-sister. Feyre is irritated with Lucien at having learned that he's been hiding what he's been doing lately, namely being attacked by the remaining few of Amarantha's beasts. Lucien tells her that Tamlin didn't want her to know, and that what he says goes. When Feyre pushes back on this, Lucien holds firm, telling her that right now, more than ever, they need stability, law, and order, and that the court is looking to how he responds to Tamlin's commands to set the tone for the ensuing weeks and months. Again, this is interesting language where we see our main characters really grappling with how to walk that line between being who they are while also having been elevated to important, albeit fragile, symbols.
I hate this for Lucien.
I know. I understand. It also, like when I look around the world, you see that so frequently where things go to crap and there's this real call for like law and order and like, and it's interesting that SJM is reflecting that here. Lucien tells her that the tithe is happening soon. The tithe.
Oh, the tithe.
Twice a year, each member of the spring court must pay a tithe. This pays for the upkeep of the manor, and in return, Tamlin protects them, rules them. Oh, gee, thanks.
Is this like, feels a bit like a nod to British monarchy?
Yes, absolutely. My next line is, I'm going to go on record and say SJM is not a royalist.
Exactly.
As Lucien describes the tithe, he tells Feyre that she will be expected to sit by Tamlin's side as his wife in quiet, submissive support. As Tamlin accepts the tithe.
The word submissive?
No. But he says that she will be expected to like play along. Yeah. Oh, fuck you. I'll show you submissive. Quiet and submissive are not two words that you're just like one line ahead of me that resonate well with our heroine. And she tells Lucien as much. His response is firm, quote, "Don't ask me to pick. He is my high lord. His word is law. We have this one chance, Feyre, to rebuild and make the world as it should be. I will not begin the new world by breaking his trust, even if you..." As his voice trails off, he pivots to another story, telling Feyre of how his father and brothers made him watch when they killed the female he loved. I know, this is so sad. He tells her that for her, there was no coming back when her heart stopped. No high lords ready to offer her a second chance. No curses to break to give her a new lease on life. He will never forget the sound of her heart stilling, and he tells Feyre that Tamlin won't ever forget the sound of hers either. In this, he tells her, Tamlin will not bend. They finally reach the village, and Feyre thinks how similar it seems to her village back home, despite being in disrepair from neglect over the last 50 years, which the villagers are working to rectify. As they enter the heart of the community, it grows still and quiet with awe, and Feyre hears a whisper, quote, "Feyre Cursebreaker." Woo! Our girl! Lucien approaches multiple villagers asking if they can help, but everyone they meet tells them that, quote, "the debt is paid," and refuses their assistance. In less than 20 minutes, they are back on their way to the Springcourt Manor, Feyre feeling as useless and empty as ever.
I just want to say, like, at least the people of the Spring Court are like, yeah, Feyre, she saved us. Not like, well, Tamlin, he's our hero. Oh.
Thank you so much.
They recognize.
For waiting until the last 3 months.
Yeah. Chapter 4 opens with Feyre living the dream. Oh. No, that's right. Damn it. Oh. One day.
One day.
One day. Momo's like, I cannot.
Today is not that day.
Okay. Chapter 4 opens with Feyre living the dream. If your dream involves being emotionally hollow, dressed in a mountain of tulle, and paraded around like a prize mare at a fairy county fair. This chapter starts with that devastating line, I was grateful I'd never be a high lady, never be Tamlin's equal in responsibility and power. A small forgotten part of me roared and screamed at that, but
ellipses.
Yes. And babes, that butt is doing some very heavy lifting.
Oof.
I mean, physically and emotionally.
It sounds like burnout to me. Like there are times when I think about where I was so exhausted with work, and I remember driving, and you know how at construction sites they have those people who hold a sign and it says like slow, stop,
You're like,
slow,
how great
stop.
would that job be?
Right. And I'm aware that that is not all they do all day, but if that is all I could do all day, that there were times when I was so burnt out that I was like, oh, that sounds lovely. Like,
agreed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the sound of the woman she used to be, clawing to be heard. Feyre's trying to convince herself that this soft, sheltered life is what she wants, but deep down she knows the wild part of her, the fighter, the hunter, the survivor, and even the artist is suffocating.
Come on, curse breaker.
Exactly. These endless parties Tamlin insists on throwing are her personal nightmare, as we saw from the Human Lands, her gala when she returned.
Yeah.
She is being dolled up, paraded through gilded halls, smiling on command while dying inside. It's less romantic fairy tale and more Stepford Feywives.
I love that.
She's surrounded by laughter and music, and yet every sound feels sharp, every glance pressing down on her like a weight she can't shake. Feyre's role has shrunk to that of a decorative accessory, a living ornament to Tamlin's power, and she hates it. The girl who once hunted monsters is now expected to curtsy to them. Feyre's dream is a full-blown return to Under the Mountain, again. The spikes are coming down again, just like in the second trial, and she's right back there, helpless, trapped, and drowning in the memory of every life she took. It's not just a nightmare, it's her trauma made tangible, pressing in on her until she wakes, gasping for air. But then, quote, a night breeze floated through the open windows, ruffling my hair, drying the cold sweat on me. The dark sky beckoned me.
Yeah, it did.
It's a quiet, devastating moment. Her body's still, but her heart is screaming for escape. That stretch of night beyond the glass, she's yearning for it, for freedom, for release, for something that doesn't hurt. But then comes the lie she keeps whispering to herself, the mantra she clings to like a lifeline. Things would be fine. I'd be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Except we know it is so
not fine.
And then there's this dress.
So
she awakes to another nightmare. The dress.
Perhaps worse.
Yeah, well, exactly. She at least escaped the other one.
Right.
It's just the feeling every bride hopes for while looking at herself in her wedding dress. I really, truly hated my wedding gown. That wedding dress isn't just a white monstrosity. It's symbolic. It's every layer of pretense Feyre's been forced to wear since escaping Under the Mountain. All that tulle, gossamer, and glittering nonsense. It's the fluffy facade she's wrapped around, the darkness festering inside her. On the outside, she's the perfect blushing bride, the sweet spring court darling. But underneath, she's unraveling. She's haunted, hollowed out by grief and guilt, pretending at happiness because it's easier than admitting she's broken, as you discussed. The sound of it swishing and hissing, no less. It hisses twice. Which, I mean,
the dress is sentient.
Like, actually, as she moves, mirrors her growing panic, the physical embodiment of everything she's become. Smothered, silenced, lost beneath someone else's idea of beauty. Even Alice, in her blunt brilliance, sees it. As she sends Feyre off, she says, "You sound like you're going to your funeral." And she is not wrong. Because that's exactly what this wedding feels like to Feyre, the death of her freedom. And just when Feyre's walking down that aisle, heart pounding, throat closing, silently begging, "Someone help me!" Which, I mean, is how everyone wants to feel.
Right, yeah.
"Oh, someone stop this," she pleads. The universe answers. Or more specifically, RHYSAND does.
Oh, I love this.
I know. This scene is just
so good.
perfection. The room stills, the air shifts, and there he is. Darkness, shadows, and smoke in the shape of a man. RHYSAND! The High Lord of the Night Court, all lethal charm and impossible beauty, looking at Feyre like he's known her forever. And with that low, velvety voice, he says the words that will launch 1,000 fan edits and awaken something deep in every single one of us. Hello, Feyre, darling.
Oh, hello.
Seriously. Oh, God. It's a greeting, a promise, a warning, and the start of everything. Oh, because in that single sinful line, we know the story we thought we were reading is over, and the one we really came for has just begun.
I love it.
Because, babes, make no mistake, this isn't just about stopping a wedding. Feyre's story is beginning to shift from survival to reclamation, from pretty pawn to player, from spring court ornament to night court high lady in waiting. Yes. And the best part, she doesn't even realize she's about to trade the hollow comforts of spring for the stars, the shadows, and the freedom to find herself again.
Oh my God. This is, if book 1, the moment that I was like, text me when you're at this part, was Under the Mountain. Book 2 is text me when you're at the wedding. That's that in chapter 54, but like the wedding. Because it is. Yes.
Because I didn't know what was going to happen when Anna, like, first reading it. I was like, oh my God, how is she going to get out of this? Like, she's literally, and he's like, Tamlin's like, come.
He's like,
I don't want to. No.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, wait, when you were trying on wedding dresses, were there any that you didn't like? But then I'm like,
you were there.
Yes.
The first dress I tried on was the dress I got.
That's what I was asking the question. I was like, wait, I remember. And
I did try on other dresses.
Yes.
I mean, I also worked at a wedding boutique.
Right. So you were very aware of like what would work and what wouldn't and what you wanted.
Yes. But honestly, no. I was never like,
oh, hideous.
This dress is hissing at me.
I know.
Like a visceral reaction to any of that.
Yes.
It's like on Friends when they break out in the, or no. Sex in the City, when Carrie tries on the wedding dresses and she's like, get it off, and they like have to rip it off because she has this hideous hives all over her back. Like a visceral reaction is what I imagine Feyre having to this dress.
Also Grey's Anatomy, Christina in her wedding dress, they cut her out of it. And I think that's when she yells, somebody sedate me. And different scene?
No, she yells, somebody sedate me. When she's not, it's after the plane crash. Isn't it? Or she doesn't talk.
Possibly. I feel like yelling that line every day.
Someone sedate me. I mean, track.
Right.
Oh, hello, Reese, darling.
Do you want to say chapter 5?
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. So this time I was like, don't say chapter 4 because I say chapter 4 at the beginning. And now I'm like, don't say chapter 5. Chapter 5. Oh, hello, Reese, darling. And not a moment too soon. Our MMC is calling in their bargain like the dramatic shadow-drenched savior he is.
He does love a spectacle.
He does.
Yeah.
And he just pisses off Tamlin so much. It's so good. It's not just timing, it's poetic intervention. He's not rescuing her from the altar. He's rescuing her from her gilded cage. Pocket Watch is in full swing this chapter, appearing several times as he stalks, prowls, and saunters across the pages. He comments, quote, what a cute little wedding. Oh, I love it. His demeanor is calm, smooth, and dripping in sarcasm. I love how he is still kind of embracing the villain energy here.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, like, I don't know. He just plays into the character. I'm not sure really why at this point.
Because the rest of the court still think that.
But like, is it necessary for them to think he's a villain at this point? Like, wouldn't it be better if they liked him?
No, I think he wants to be scary to the rest of the courts.
I think, yes, and he wants to be scary. It's a defense mechanism. And I think he can't just be like, oh, hey, JK, that was all a lie. Hi, we're besties. I think he has to, right? Like, they have to, in the way that in book 3, they very carefully plan how they're going to go and, like, as the Court of Dreams, show that they are not the Court of Nightmares. It has to, like, they're very PR about it. Also, I know that Ianthe we hate in the end and she is a villain, but if she didn't turn out to be a villain, I was like, she's kind of just like a PR girl. for Feyre at this moment, just being like, okay, but like I know that you don't like the dress, but like the dress is a symbol and everyone's gonna watch it and like it's gonna like, and like she's like, please just put on the fucking dress. Like I kind of for a moment,
reputation
yes,
management.
I kind of had like the feels for Ianthe. I was like, oh girl, been there. Like
I know you don't want to, but can you please?
But please, just for the love of God.
Continue.
Well, our High Lord is in no mood to play. He just cannot help but toy with Tam Bam. And Tamlin's response is, well, he sits. Well, okay, he isn't sitting, but he does nothing. And to the surprise of no one except Lucian, which was odd to me, he does nothing to keep Feyre from being whisked away. Like, when Feyre gets taken away, or like is going to be, Lucian like looks at Tamlin like, do something. How can you let this happen? And I'm like, Lucian.
Sir.
Lucian.
Are you new here?
I'm like, what? This makes no sense to me. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. This is one instance his inaction makes me a very happy girl.
Right. Like, yes, that's right.
I won't fight him on this.
Sit down.
Sit.
Yeah.
Next, we are dropped straight into the velvet-draped wonderland that is the Night Court. The first thing Feyre does, she throws a shoe at Rhys's head.
Love it.
Yeah, a shoe. Honestly, iconic. It's feral, it's hilarious, and it's exactly the spark of defiance we've been missing from our girl.
Yes, it's kind of, it's that first little hint of like, oh, she's still there.
Yep, agreed. She has been brought here against her will.
Air quotes.
I mean, you couldn't drag me out of there. And her, you're not the boss of me, is out in full force. From simpering to saucy, I love that Feyre is feeling something other than an overwhelming sense of guilt, sadness, and shame. So, like, she's angry, which is good. That's like the first step, I think, or something. When you're like,
oh, grief.
grieving.
Yeah, anger.
Like being angry. So, good girl, Feyre. Or should I say, good girl. Feyre's first impression of the Night Court is pure sensory poetry. Dream, open, airy, plush, and threaded through with a kind of elegance that feels effortless, not performative. There are no glass windows here, which is interesting because you said one of her things was like how small the windows were.
Yes.
And then just sweeping open arches that let in the mountain air and the endless night sky. It's not a prison gilded in gold. It's a space that breathes, which is what Feyre needs.
Yes. When you were picturing the House of Wind, what color was it? Like overall? Like maybe the stone. Like what color was the stone?
White.
In my head, it's like a deep purple or blue or black. But apparently...
It's moonstone.
Well, apparently it's like red.
No.
Yes.
No.
I know, right?
No.
Also red. Alarming color. But yeah, it's like red.
But moonstone is not red, and she describes it as moonstone.
But okay, we might have to double check this. Maybe it's just I've seen a lot of fan art and it's red, but I've also seen fan art that's blue. In my head, it was like
I thought
purpley blue.
Allie, what part are you on Wings and Red?
They went up to see Nesta and Elaine.
Still.
Okay. Never mind then. Every inch of it feels alive, like it was designed to soothe rather than contain. For someone who spent months feeling like she's fading away behind painted masks and locked doors, this place is a revelation. It's a quiet whisper of freedom. Were you just smelling your hand?
No, I don't like that.
What? I thought you were like, I was like, what is happening over there? Weirdo.
Oh, I was like that time when you were like, you looked at me weird, and I was like,
Now I am.
Today, his mom came in and she sat at the front and she brought a flosser and was flossing her teeth.
No.
Sucking off what was on the flosser.
No.
stop.
No.
Disgusting.
Oh, it was so gross. And then she put it in her purse. So she must use it often.
No.
Yeah, it was the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, hygiene.
Yeah, literally floss, look.
What?
Yeah.
Alyssa.
So gross.
That actually gave me the heebie-jeebies.
So gross.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Anyway.
Anyway, I don't know how to segue back into
Tom,
our script at this point.
Are you smelling your hands? What the fuck?
Oh. It's a quiet whisper of freedom and maybe the first real exhale she's had since under the mountain. Then there's the gut punch of her reflecting on Tamlin, on what it was like trying to explain the storm inside her to someone who refused to see it. Feyre thinks how he must have felt her hesitation and longs to explain herself to him, like he deserves it. She makes excuses for him for his behavior because he's dealing with his own demons, like you said, which... Ugh. It's just like, ugh. Bleh. Bleh. She thinks to herself things will be better when he, quote, relaxed his grip on things a bit. On me. Woof. Brutal doesn't even begin to cover it. That single line says everything about their relationship. How love can turn into control. How care can curdle into constraint. It's heartbreaking because you can feel the exhaustion in her words, that quiet realization that she's been tamed and not cherished. Tamlin's love became a cage disguised as protection, and Feyre's only now realizing just how small she's been forced to live. She is made for bigger things, my friends.
Have you read the book Untamed by Glennon Powell, I think?
No, but I want to. It has a horse on the cover.
Interesting. My copy doesn't, but
okay, maybe I'm dreaming. You're like, Jamie doesn't.
It has a horse on the cover. One of my friends just read it and was like quite enjoyed it. It's autobiographical, but it's quite good. Anyway.
Is it a horse running across a beach? Really?
Not my version. My version is like just wild, crazy art, like splashes of color all over the front. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Put it on my TBR. Now where were we? Oh yes. Nope. This.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay, this is so interesting that you said the dress.
Stop! Look! This time I'm ahead of you in a line.
Is this wedding dress sentient? Because that hideous, swishing, hissing monster of tulle and trauma seems to taunt Feyre.
Yes!
So like any sane person would, she shoves it along with the undergarments into a closet and slams the door.
Yeah, that's right.
Out of sight,
Good,
out of mind.
Good riddance.
It's not just a dress. It's a symbol of everything that tried to smother her. The expectations, the false smiles, the suffocating idea of who she was supposed to be, not who she really was. The moment she hides it away, it's like she's reclaiming a piece of herself. Like I said, out of sight, out of mind, out of cage.
Boom. Mic drop.
But what's even more telling is what she doesn't do. She doesn't lock the door to her bedroom.
Interesting.
On a reread, I was like, she didn't lock the door. Because with Tamlin, she locked the door for like a long ass time.
And then finally, when she doesn't lock it, it's like noted. Like, oh, it's noteworthy.
Yeah. But like she, in my mind, it's like she already inherently trusts Rhys more than she ever trusted Tamlin.
Interesting.
I know. It's cuckoo. Also, can we appreciate how in less than 24 hours, Feyre has learned more about Prythian at breakfast than Tamlin ever bothered to tell her?
Oh, God.
Like when they sit down for that first breakfast?
Yes.
Like, sorry, your pivoting was making our head spin. Rhys peels back the layers of this world effortlessly. The magic, the courts, the geography, its citizens. He's treating Feyre as an equal instead of a fragile thing that might break. It's a masterclass in how to empower someone without smothering them.
He also like loves, I feel SJM has said that Rhys's house, if he was in Hogwarts, would be Ravenclaw, that he like loves learning and he's very curious and he's like, this moment to me, like he's like, he knows all the lore and the history and he's excited to have like a somewhat eager student.
Less eager about the reading lesson. We'll get there.
Yes.
Then comes his one request, learn to read. Simple yet monumental for our dear Feyre.
Yeah.
RHYSAND isn't just giving her space to heal, he's giving her the tools to rise. Where Tamlin built walls around her, Rhys builds foundations beneath her. Every teasing remark, every challenge he throws her way is another reminder that he sees what she could be. Not the broken girl from under the mountain, but the woman capable of ruling her own life.
I love that. He lifts her up, not cages her in.
Yep. Freeze. Rhys. Oh, no, not yet.
False. Rewind.
So yeah, she might have thrown a shoe at him, but let's be real. This is the first time Feyre's starting to stand on her own 2 feet again.
Get it, girl.
Chapter 6. Feyre is trying to figure out exactly what RHYSAND wants from her, and babes, the answer is already more layered than she realizes. He's watching her closely, not with suspicion, but with a fascination. Kind of like you said, he's like interested in learning about her.
Yeah.
which is also partially why he's so romantic, because he notices everything.
To be loved is to be seen.
Yes, exactly. When she bends her fork without meaning to, he simply says,
interesting.
In that maddeningly calm, all-knowing tone of his.
I love it.
Add that to the impressive shoe throwing from the previous chapter, and suddenly Rhys isn't just teasing her, he's testing her. He's noticed something Feyre's too scared to even consider, that when the High Lords brought her back to life, they may have given her pieces of their power. Every court, every gift, and Feyre's immediate response, a firm, resounding, nope, nope, nope. She doesn't want it. Like, she's not interested. And this is because I feel like Ianthe and Tamlin have like browbeaten her about it and been like, no, like, you can't do this. It's not your place. It's not your role. This isn't what you're made for or meant for. And I can just strangle them. She shuts it down because the idea terrifies her. She doesn't want to be powerful. She just wants to be normal again, whatever that means to her, and feel safe. But Rhys sees what she doesn't yet, that safety and smallness were never meant for our girl.
Someone once told me, actually, I think it was my manager, and maybe she heard it from someone else, but that growth happens right at the edge of complete terror. So, like, you don't want to be in your circle of total comfort where you're like, I know how to do all this and I'm safe and whatever. You also don't want to be like out in space, like, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing. Fuck. You want to be right on the edge. Like, you should be a little scared, and that's where growth happens. And I feel like right now she's just in her trauma and she isn't processing it yet. And so she's just stuck in what feels safe, what feels secure. While at the same time, there's that wild part of her, the untamed part, that is yearning for more.
Yeah, agreed. Aligned. Then there's that tension that sparks when Feyre brings up her time under the mountain, when she snaps, don't get me started on what you did to me under the mountain. Rhysand's reaction is sharp here and almost wounded. Like, immediately she talks about kind of how he's like, the look on his face, like he's angry.
Interesting.
I guess. And so for a man who hides everything behind a smirk, that flash of emotion, I feel like says a lot. Why is he so mad in this moment? Because, like, he feels that she doesn't recognize how much he helped her.
I think so. Yeah.
But, like, that usually doesn't, I don't know. I just like
guilty.
Do you?
But, like, why would he be mad?
For twisting her bone.
Oh, right, for like ripping her arm out. Yeah, maybe
so
that.
Then he's like, shit, that's come back to bite me in the ass.
Right.
Because now he knows that she's his mate.
So maybe he's not mad at her.
Yeah,
maybe he's like mad at himself.
Yeah.
That would make more sense to me.
Maybe. I think also maybe he is like, yeah.
You ungrateful little witch.
Get it, girl. I think also maybe he is like, when they last parted ways, they were on that balcony, right? And they had kind of that lovely moment where she was really vulnerable with him and was like, I'm scared and I still feel human inside, even though I'm not anymore. And then obviously he felt the bond snap into place. I know she doesn't, but I think that then he maybe left feeling like she doesn't know everything, but she doesn't think I'm the bad guy maybe anymore, right?
Oh, and now he thinks
and
she
now
does think
and
that.
She's like, "Go, don't get started." And he's like, "I thought
we were past this."
Yes.
Oh yeah. I could see both.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Okay. Good. Next. There's guilt there, heavy, quiet, and real. The way he goes still in that moment tells us Feyre isn't the only one haunted by what happened under the mountain. And I mean, fair. Like, I feel like Tamlin's like, oh, I have demons. And like, sure, fine. Like, Rhysand has shit. He was under there for 49 years. 7 times 7 years.
Tamlin was at home. He was at his court.
Walked in the last like month and is like, yo.
Yeah, and got to sit up on that throne and also didn't, from what I could tell,
raped
I was going to say, didn't have to fuck her. Like, Rhys was sexually abused.
Yeah. Agreed. Tamlin's such a dick. Put it mildly. Okay. Next on the night court menu, the world's most unconventional literacy lesson. And babes, it's glorious. Rhys isn't just teaching Feyre to read. He's teaching her to believe in her own mind again. Every taunting little note he writes, quote, "You look absolutely delicious today, Feyre,"
Oh,
is equal parts flirtation and therapy. It's clever, infuriating, and perfectly Rhysand.
I love it.
But beneath all that wicked humor, he's doing something no one else bothered to do, helping Feyre rebuild herself, her confidence, her curiosity, her autonomy, one letter at a time.
I love it. I love a man who is unashamedly obsessed with his girl.
I think that's part of like Cassian, Rhysand, soon the Wolf King, Zavander,
Yeah.
Castile.
When they're, it's what
Need I go on? Rowan.
It's what I
Morgan.
really loved about in Blood and Ash is that like even when they're like enemies, there still is like, yeah, enemies, but like I'm really into you and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. Like I love that.
Okay. Then the conversation takes a turn from word games to world-ending threats. Rhys pulls back the curtain on Perithian's politics, and suddenly the stakes get very real. We learn about Hybern, the ancient malevolent king on the other side of the sea, and his brewing war. It's the first time for Feyre, and honestly for us readers too, that we truly understand that the events under the mountain weren't the end of the nightmare. They were just the prologue. While Tamlin has been busy pretending everything's fine, Rhys has been preparing. He's been thinking long game, armies, alliances, and survival. And in that quiet, controlled way of his, he's letting Feyre into the truth. And kind of like inviting her into the fold. He's like, which we'll see a bit later. What's so compelling here is the contrast. Tamlin kept Feyre in the dark under the guise of protection, air quotes. Rhys lights candles in that darkness and hands her the match. He's not interested in keeping her safe. He's interested in making her strong. And in this chapter, full of teasing banter, psychic walls, and a war no one else dares to talk about, we see just how different those two kinds of loves are.
Yeah.
One cages you, the other dares you to fly.
So good, like as a parent, I'm also just like thinking about parenting my children and like how obviously you want to keep them safe, but like, yeah, strong. Like I don't want to hand them everything and keep them cloistered in. And I want to elevate my children and raise them up and give them the tools to be successful and empowered and strong. And it's, I'm curious to, see these High Lords as parents. Would be interesting.
Also, because Rhysand becomes like so protective in book 5, and honestly, I'm like,
and a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah. Not here for it. Because yes, it starts with a few sarcastic notes and some mental exercises, but let's be real, this is the spark of something far bigger. The first lesson in the language of power, and babes, Feyre's a fast learner.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Hot takes, theories, and thirst.
Let's go.
We're freewheeling it, folks.
Oh my gosh,
We just have a few points. Just a few.
I love it.
Okay. Sorry.
No, go.
Okay. So Feyre comments that the room / the House of Wind is fit for an empress. Nod to Nesta, because Rhysand gives her the house.
Sorry.
The House of Wind.
I mean, no, he doesn't. It's fine.
Rhys gives Nesta the House of Wind.
Boom.
I know. I feel like it's foreshadowing.
Also,
Feyre describes the house as already feeling a bit like, not sentient, like in the fact that it is with Nesta, but like a bit like alive and like it's breathing in the air and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like,
how are we only going to get one Nesta POV book? Like I feel like
there's more.
There's got to be, because I feel like she's been set up for so much more.
Yes, agreed.
I love her.
Yeah. I mean, I love her now throughout the book.
I know. I remember you reading book 5.
I was struggling.
You did.
Because I hated that she was so mean to Cassian.
Yep. Yeah. She's a tough ride. Pun intended.
I was going to say, more ways than one. Also, so when Feyre's doing her first lessons with like practicing shielding Rhys out.
Yes.
Which I didn't get into a ton because it's like pretty quick and loose in this chapter. So she describes her walls as made of adamant. So, did you know that adamant is a legendary rock or mineral to which many, often contradictory properties were attributed, and it was formerly associated with diamonds? Interestingly, it also means refusing to be persuaded or to change one's mind.
Stop.
You're not the boss of me.
Stop.
And the origin of this word comes from the Greek a, meaning not, and Daman, meaning to tame. Put them together and you've got Ataman or untamable.
Stop it.
Sarah, I see you. This is so clever and I just love it.
That is clever.
I know. I was like, Farah is untamed.
She absolutely is. I love it.
So like when she describes her walls and he's like clawing at them with his like beautiful shadow fingers or whatever he's doing, purring against her brain. I'm like, oh, stop. Yeah, I love that.
That's great. So wait, is adamant real or not?
It is not a real mineral.
Okay.
But of course it is
It's like
a real
mythical,
word.
right?
Yes.
Interesting.
And it's like black and dark.
I love
and
it.
Strong.
Right. And you get that from like the word, but yes, interesting. I love that. Way to go, SJM.
I know. It was great. When I saw that, because I Googled it and then I saw like the Greek origin underneath, I'm like, stop.
So good.
So good. And then we get the mention of 3 solar courts from Rhys and the sacred mountain. So I think more research is needed on this dawn court or dusk court under the mountain.
I love it.
I feel like it has to be something because he brings it up as he's like doing his lore dump and being like, from the beginning of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am
We could do like a little mini episode on like the lore of Perithian.
Oh, there's so much. And I feel like I'm catching so much more on this reread. The first time I was just devouring the series and I think I missed a lot.
You had to get to the next page.
Oh, yeah.
Especially this book.
I was like an addict. I was like, I need more.
2 a.m., no problem.
Yeah, it's fine.
6 a.m. meeting, it's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on is that home is in italics when she stops leaving or when she leaves the night court for the first time. So it says she was going home in italics to the spring court.
Italics watch.
It's a thing. And so she already like views night court as home. Red letter day for our girl.
When you brought up the italics thing, I had never heard that. That's so interesting that SJ. Does she do it? Is it just ACOTAR or is it like a practice she does in all of her writing?
I have to, when I reread Throne of Glass, because I will, I think it's in there too, because there's a lot of italics in Throne of Glass.
Yes,
I think a lot of it is happening in her head or like it kind of references like dream sequences or like things that she's imagining. Thirsts in this episode. Boom. I don't think we need to say anything about that. I mean, resand. And of course, resand. Also maybe Lucian and him.
When?
Just like Farah and him. Like
Just him.
Just him. Like his little foxy self.
Allie's twirling her hair around her finger over there. She's like, just Lucian.
He's a bit like kind of a ding dong when he says like, don't make me pick. Which is also interesting, Allie, cover your ears. Because he does pick to go after. Like, he abandons Tamlin. So, in this book, he's like, hell's no. And we're like, Lucian, our guy. Like, get on board.
You're good, Al. Kendall also likes Lucian. My sister-in-law is also like, she's like, oh, Lucian. I know. At the time, I liked him, but I was not as much of a stan as I am now. Now I'm like, oh, I love Lucian.
Lucian could, like, in my opinion, hold his own POV book.
If they could bring back Lucian vibing as book 1, the way he gets like blah, 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 over the next few books, I'm like, oh, yes, the fox again. Yeah. If they could bring that back, I'd be here for it.
I think it's interesting. Allie, cover yours.
No, poor Allie.
Because like he goes with is it Vasa and Jurian
forming his own court, kind of.
Right. So I'm like, he could definitely have enough stuff in there, and like maybe he's playing them somehow, or like maybe he's like infiltrating some. I don't know, but like I feel like he's being foxy again.
You think so?
I think he just is, but I feel like I want him to be.
I think he just.
You can unplug yours now.
I think he more hadn't. He doesn't have a home. He can't go to the autumn court. It's not with Tamlin anymore. Yes, he goes to the night court, but like he's like, it's not really his vibe. Like he does okay, but he's not like, these are my people.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, who's not vibing with the night court? Weirdos. That's cute.
I think you could like go along and get on, but in the same way that Nesta, right?
Yeah.
Like she's like, you're like kind of, she's trying to
The
say
Valkyrie is her found
yes,
family. Yeah.
she's like, your people are not my people.
Mhm.
I will like your people and love your people, but they are not my people.
Mhm.
And I think that's,
Kind of sweet.
and Amryn. God, I can't wait till she gets it. I also feel like I'm going to be very excited about Amryn in the next few chapters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
She's got quite the history. I feel like she is a major crossover with Crescent City. That is Kate.
I feel like she
you
could be
have
thrown
to
a
read
blast
that.
though too.
This is why you have to read Crescent City. I think you need to like pause, finish Eldritch, and I think you need to read Crescent City. You'll blast through it. It's not that bad. It's $3.
Caitlin says it's unreadable. She
I
has been
disagree.
stuck on book 2 for like.
I disagree.
She's like book 2 is like her 1984. She is dying on the inside reading this book.
I disagree. Shani loves Bryce and actually likes the MMC, like their romance, quite a lot. And Steph liked it.
What's the MMC's name?
I guess we said a hunt. Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. It's not RHYSAND or Rowan.
Rowan, I'm meh on. I know. Me.
Speaking of thirst, she's a trap.
Any other thirsts? I'm trying to think.
No, or theories from this other than like just Nesta becoming like the queen of everything.
I love it.
Can we get an amen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah.
Amen. No, I don't think so. I think we can wrap.
All right.
Okay. That's a wrap on the first 6 chapters, babes. Feyre's trauma, Reese's teasing, Tamlin's red flags. I mean, always. Truly a literary buffet of bad decisions.
Keep your fans handy, your tissues closer, and come back for more because the Night Court is calling and we are absolutely answering.
Hells to the yes. We want to hear from you as we continue to build this little corner of our world and fall in love as we dive into fantastical worlds, fabulous folklore, and fine males and men. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok and subscribe on YouTube at A Court of Books and Babes Pod. And please take 5 minutes to rate and review our podcast on Spotify or Apple and share it with all the babes in your life.
Until next time, stay bookish, babes.